Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. I seem to have a bit of echo on my voice in my ears. Can you guys tell me if that's the case for you, or is everything good? If it's echo, then I will have to sort something out, and if it's okay, then I will carry on. In the meantime, as you guys come on, I will just bring up the charts and show you a basic of really what I want to do today. Bring him over here and make him a bit bigger. Bum bum. And open up the charts. Here we go. Charts. Right. Where was I going for today? So, there's a few things I wanted to discuss today, really. I mean, I started by saying that the video would be called Theta. Theta. And the reason why is because you might have seen me. I've got the Theta hoodie and everything because I'm a bit of a fan of it. That I can see different patterns playing out. Now, you know that I like patterns, most of you, because I'm regularly speaking about different patterns that I see, whether Adam and Eve's, W patterns, head and shoulders, and all the rest of it. So, here I am now, and I have a head and shoulders, and it's almost perfect. And maybe I should start by putting my phone on silent, eh? Yeah, so, right. Head and shoulders, perfect. And you can see that this measure, I mean, that is the measured move there because I've already done it. But if I just clone that and take that second one, I can show you that I've taken the measured move from just here. So if I get the bottom of this stick and put it on there, then you find that this line here is where I've put the measured move. And then you can take that, put it onto there, and then that's where you get this, I can remove that one now, that's where you get this line from. And this line takes us lovely to some major consistent ceiling of resistance where there's lots of sell orders and pressure that's pressing down. Okay, what we've got to confirm, because it's all about convergence and finding patterns that work together to know that the trade is going to be more safe than not, right? Is we've got this head and shoulders here, and the convergence is that we've got these two lines here, and one's the 200 and the other one is the 50. And when it crosses over, like it has just here, where you got this one crossing over this one, this is what they call a golden cross. Okay, and yeah, no, it's not. It's a death cross. It's a death cross. So we don't have convergence. Not on that one anyway. Okay, so that isn't something that we can take into consideration. And in a little while, I want to speak about golden crosses and death crosses later on. And this is just to prove that golden crosses and death crosses don't always play out. And here, because I'm doing this live, is proof that that as a death cross happened, the price is now going up. See, what ends up happening is this, as this cross happens, this is the 50, this one that's moving down here, so it sticks closer to the price action, whereas the 200 takes a lot longer to start moving. Okay, so this death cross here is basically the down trend of these candles here. Like, oh dear, let me just move that thing back. These should be locked. Do you know what's doing my head in is this echo? So lock that. No, it's unlocked. I'm doing blank. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, these crosses here. So this moves tighter to the price action, and this is slower. So what ends up happening is once this has gone down, it's already down. The price is already down there. But this one will take a little while to start. So we'll start seeing this downtrend shortly on this 200. Maybe over here we'll start seeing it come down before it goes back up. Whereas if you look now, the last sort of 2 weeks of price action, excuse me. Sorry. The last 2 weeks of price action, maybe 3 weeks, has been going up, right? And the 50-day moving average takes the last 50 candles. You can see now that if we zoom in at that 50, it's sort of almost a tick Can you see that like tick where it's starting to go up? And the reason why that's starting to tick and go up is because of the price that's just happened here. So yeah, this what I thought was a golden cross, but I'm just obviously this echo's doing my head in and I haven't read it right, is in fact going to be a golden cross later on, as long as this starts to go down a little bit, as it takes into consideration all these down candles, and this quick moving average here is going to take into account these ones. We should get like a diamond shape pattern here, and then once that diamond shape pattern happens, then that will be a golden cross. And more often than not, golden crosses play out in crypto and death crosses don't. And here's a perfect example of a death cross that hasn't worked, because obviously we're going against the death cross, which is good because we'll have a little bit of a diamond here. We'll go into a golden cross, and that works really well with this head and shoulders that's playing out. And this isn't a 4-hour head and shoulder or 1 hour. This is in fact a you know, this head and shoulders has been playing out for over a month now. So okay, so nearly, yeah, it's about 6 weeks or so. So as this plays out, we're looking at price targets up to this 382, and you know, we look at all of the different signals to suggest that this is you know, a solid and good trade. We've got the visible range, really high up from where we are now. You know, this kind of area here where there's not a lot of trades going means that people can start pushing and buying and getting excited as Theta goes up. And then we've got a ceiling here where it's been difficult to hey Corey, mate, this there's an echo in my ears. Is there an echo? Can you hear an echo? Ooh. Let me know, Corey, buddy, because I can't just do my nutting. Yeah, so so we've got this cross going on here, which is positive, and we have the head and shoulders pattern inversed, and that's positive because the measured move takes us there. The measured move, no echo, great. In which case, I'm just going to take that off then. Yeah, so in which case, the measured move will take us to this area of the 382, and the 382 has got a lot of range. That's choking me. I'll just turn the echo off. I'm just turn the volume off. Sorry. Yeah. So there's this positive ceiling here, well, positive or negative, I should say, but there's a resistance here. So lots of sell orders pushing it, went up. Sell orders pushing it down. Sell orders are pushing it down. It's come down, done its thing. This moving average has got a tick on it now because it's a faster moving average to here, and we've got the measured move of this head and shoulders, which is exactly where this ceiling is, just here. Which is meeting up with the 382, which is also meeting up where we've got a lot of selling pressure or buying pressure, but either way, it's a lot of trading activity going on around this area. So we've got some positive things to suggest that we're going up the way. Along with that, we've got almost like a hidden divergence here. It's like very close to that as the prices are kind of going along. We've got this. As this comes down, the bottoms come down as the price is going up. It's showing a continuation of the trend, and at the minute we've hit this bottom, and the trend has now turned around with these three soldiers here, and we're now going up the way. So that was nice to see just here. Here, it's very close to being hidden bullish divergence. Yeah, and it's going up the way, so that's really exciting. And bear in mind, this is against the USD. This is against dollar, so that's cool. So that's Theta. Going on and looking at Luna, I gave a list of all of my trades, all of my what's the word I'm looking for? All of my bags of altcoins that I'm trading or looking at hodling for a later date. And Theta was one of them, and the other one was Luna. I'm quite excited about Luna right now. I think that we've got really, really good things to see on it. This chart that I've got up here, bear in mind, isn't against. It's not against the dollar. It's actually against Bitcoin. Okay, and this is positive. We've got the death cross here, which failed, and then we've got the golden cross, which is now working out, right? So again, that's a death cross. It failed. It didn't work. The golden cross, they normally do work. Look, when the golden cross happened here, we had a massive rally, and it's happened again here. We can expect a good rally. Now again, looking at that complicated word, that hidden divergence. Okay, the hidden divergence is just here. This is it. So the price is going up, but the bottoms of the RSI are going down. Now, as that's happening, again, that's hidden continuation. That's a hidden bullish divergence. So yeah, we have got the golden cross. We have got hidden bullish divergence, and we have hit that line there. I mean, if I get a horizontal line and just sort of go, well, I already did it earlier, didn't I? See that purple line there. The more sort of candles you go through, the stronger the resistance. So obviously, if I bring it down, the stronger it gets, and the further up, the further away from the price it gets. So, like for example, there it's only crossed the candlestick, which was the wick, twice, once, and then twice. So you bring it down, and you find a place where you kind of sit in a happy medium. And I've kind of including that one there, and I could even bring it down a little bit more and say, okay, we'll include that one as there as well. Therefore, we've gone through it on this little wick, these two, that one, blah, blah, blah. And what we want then is the price to turn around and close above this line. Once it's closed above this line will then become support and should continue on the way up. Now, the exciting thing is this is against Bitcoin. So when we go to Bitcoin and we look and say, is Bitcoin on the way up? Because it's like being on like an escalator. When you're going up an escalator to a shopping center, you stand on the escalator, don't you? And you're going up, and that's like if you're trying to get money, if you can find something that you're trading on, if you're going up, it's in monetary value. You can then go on them escalators and you can walk. And as you're walking, the escalator's taking you up. It's like you're going double the speed. So if you find a trade against Bitcoin that's going up and Bitcoin's going up as well, then against fiat currency, it's like you're making twice the gains, if you like, because you're making more Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going up, so then you'll be able to trade into Bitcoin. Or move your money from there into fiat currency if that's what you decide to do at a later date. So I'm saying that I think that Theta is a great, Luna is a great buy right now. So yeah, the more times we hit this purple line, hit this sort of line here, the more chance it's going to break through and become support, and we're going to end up having buy orders bouncing it up. All right. But with this golden cross and with this hidden bullish divergence, I am excited for this coin. Let me have a look and make sure that I have got some decent sound. Audio is good, Ronaldo says. That's cool. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just quickly looking, because I don't want to start chatting on here for an hour and then find that nobody could hear me. Hang on a sec. Let me have a look. Sorry, guys. Just stay with me. While I'm just looking on my YouTube channel, right? Have a look at Polygon for me and tell me what you think about Polygon and what I'm going to say. See if you can work out what the positive things are on Polygon. Bear in mind what it is that I've just said about the other ones. Look for patterns. Okay. Let's have a look at that one. Your channel. Live. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. So there's the delay. So I know that I'm being heard anyway. Okay. Moving on. Move on up. Okay. So here's what I'm going to say with regards to again, this is trading against Bitcoin. It's how I like to do things, because like I said about moving on an escalator and walking at the same time, you know. So here we are. We've got this fast moving average is 50, and it's coming down the way because it's taking into consideration this big down drop. So even if we get a couple of massive candles here, it has to take all this into consideration before it starts to show this this upwards move here, which is actually a 15% move. Okay, so we're not likely to see that for a little while. In the meantime, all of this upwards trend here, I mean, that was a massive rally up there, yeah. That's only just starting really with this 200, because obviously it represents 200 candles. So that we can expect this one here to continue going up and this one to continue going down. And when that happens, then we have got a death cross. But if you look at the other ones that we've spoken about, they have got golden crosses starting to happen. This one is ahead of its time. That golden cross has already started to happen. Theta, it's about to happen because that's clicked up, and obviously that's going to start now taking consideration to this one. And then this one here is going to start seeing a potential cross. But with regards to the speed of the way that the altcoins are moving right now, I think that it's potentially possible for this kind of to do that. Obviously, it's then going to start coming down the way like this, and then if that does end up going up here, then over in time we can start seeing it go like that and follow the trend. In the meantime, I see the blue one. Anyway, I see the blue one coming down here and going like this and following it as well. So this is how I see the averages happening, rather than coming down like this. I'm hoping that we're going to end up seeing like them both sort of get whacked in the head by the pop shield. Getting the faster one will end up going up, and the slower one will end up following it up. So the fast one goes up, and then the slower one starts to follow it later on. That's what I'm hoping to see. And when I say hoping, I think it's more likely to see that than the other way around. Okay. Bitcoin dominance is going to be a major player in if this is going to play out the way that I'm hoping that it does. We'll see. Okay. Right. So yeah, if we just zoom in here, you see that little line that I've drawn. That line I've drawn as a potential for this kind of W pattern, rather than it being this, rather than this playing out. Let me show you. Rather than kind of this playing out as a W pattern, I don't think that it is, because it's generally they've got to be at least equal, or the opposite way, that one's down here and then the other one's down here, and then it'll go up. So that no, the other way around. Sorry, this has got to be here and then this one's got to be here to show that you're in an upward trend. That's normally what you've got to see. And at the minute, the W pattern, if it is one, isn't. I don't like the fact that it's the opposite way around. Means that it probably won't play out. But as we zoom out, when in doubt, zoom out. What we see is more potential for, if it is a W pattern, that we can sort of take what you call it from. It's more likely to be that, and that is going with the trend. Yeah. So that being the 200 just here, we can see that it is going up that way. And if we get the Bollinger Bands on that, it'd be interesting to see what the 20 moving average is, which is the medium line, and also the two external lines of that. Let's just hide these moving averages for a second and just have a look at what's going on there. Let's have a look. Right. Okay, so here we go. Right. Now it's almost. It works out. It works out so often that when you end up coming outside of the RSI, and the price candles come outside the Bollinger Bands here, that you end up getting a big run up. It's almost. It's just really, really commonplace that that's going to happen. See, it happened just here, the opposite. So it came out of the Bollinger Band, but the RSI was already high. So when you use the Bollinger Bands and the RSI together, when you see this signal, it means it's a bearish signal, and it did. The price came down, and now what's happened is we've had the opposite, where we've come out of the RSI's come out of the line going into the oversold territory, and we've come out of the Bollinger Bands, which signifies like a reversal trend that we're on our way up the way. And that is pretty cool to know that that's the case. So a lot of these altcoins that I'm mentioning right now are really, really bullish. And that's against Bitcoin as well. And Bitcoin itself is bullish, which is where I got that escalator illustration from, Yeah, so here we are today. We hit 20% today on Matic, right? Which is really, really good. That was a massive move. Whilst I see this being an uptrend, it would have been very, very powerful if we'd have ended up coming if we'd have ended up coming outside of the outside of it here and down here, but it didn't happen. But it's a lot slower. It's a lot slower. And whilst we're outside of the Bollinger Band here, this isn't a bearish pattern that it's going to turn around, because the RSI is still within the tolerance. In fact, it's only just over the medium line of the RSI, and it's currently at 58. So the threshold is up here at sort of 70. That's where the overbought and oversold 30 and 70 above and below is. So it hasn't given us that sell signal. In fact, if anything, it is very bullish. And we got this little dotted green line here. This is the price of this asset. And because it's inside of this well-hole here, it means that there's not a lot of people trading in this zone. So to expect it to go up to kind of here and a little bit beyond is very, very possible. So if I just draw a line at that big point of control area here, where this big candle is, if I put that line there, look, it became resistance there, that one. I mean, it's perfect resistance. Look how perfect it is. 1, 2, and I don't mean a little bit over, I mean on the dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that one there. Okay, the wick went over, but the candle closed dead on it. That one there opened dead on it. Okay, and then we've come down, and so without all these orders and the excitement and the bullishness of everything, I think it's very possible and very easy to see another few percent to get up to kind of. There you go. So to get back up to there again, I think that's very possible, and that's a 15% move. So if that's what you want to do, it's awesome, because you've got it there for you. So no financial advice, but it is good to see things starting to pick up and do well. Okay, I've explained that was the measured move just there, and how great that is to see, and I think that's very, very possible. Luna is doing extremely well right now. It's I've put that on my Discord as something that I'm looking into. Well, I'm saying looking into, it's something that I'm trading right now. Excuse me. And yeah, it's something that I'm trading and looking to move up. It's going hopefully up the way, turning around, bouncing, and then continuing. And then once it goes up here, I see this has been like the ultimate kind of place to take profit, which is where I'm going to be taking profit. And that is up there. It's like 44%. So yeah. And then once it's done its 44% move, stick it back into Bitcoin. Look for something else that's got hidden bullish divergence, like this one has as well. And this is a real good. I mean, this is textbook hidden bullish divergence. It's fantastic to see. And just to show you, by the way, that we see how we came outside and how we came outside here, and I was saying that's like a spring for bullish divergence, how it worked really well for Luna. It came out, it was underneath, and it sprang it up. And that's what I'm saying. I'd like to see that this come out here at this low point here is a big spring for Theta. That Theta's going to do really well. Okay, that's it really, guys. That is pretty much it. And yeah, so who's in the chat? Who is in the chat? Because it would be nice to get some conversation going in there. And I just know that that some of you are going to be enjoying this stream today. And how long have I been on now? I've been on for 23 minutes, so there's still time for more people to come on board and come in. Right, okay, so that's that one. Now I promised that I would look at Rolls-Royce, and I know that I've looked at Rolls-Royce in the past, so it's got to be here. So you got Rolls-Royce here. Now this Rolls-Royce, this I believe is in the UK. This is the UK. Well, the reason why I know that is because up here it says Rolls-Royce Holdings PLC ORDSHS 20P. 1 day LSE. Now the LSE is the London Stock Exchange. So this is what they're doing there. So this is what to look out for here. Now, if you remember just a little while ago when I was talking about the Bollinger Bands and this RSI here, is if we end up coming outside this line here, that's below the 30 on the RSI at the same time as coming outside the Bollinger Bands, then we've got a good chance of a bull run if it's a change of direction. And this is like a sideways move, almost like a bull flag, if you like. Bum and then along. It's very messy if it is that. But one thing is clear is that we have come outside the RSI line, and we did also come outside the Bollinger Band. So there's a very good chance that Rolls-Royce on the London Stock Exchange is going to continue to go up the way. Maybe a little bit of a retracement I can see happening down to the medium line, maybe the 20 SMA. But it is definitely on the way up now. It's quite positive. What I'd like to see is just another sort of high just here, and then another dip down just to give us some hidden bullish divergence from this point here. So it'd be nice if the RSI came down here now a little bit on the next drop, just to sort of give us like a price going up at the bottoms and the RSI coming down on the bottoms as well, to give us that hidden bullish divergence to say there's a continuation. With regards to its history, let's get some more data on the VPVR here, this visible range, and it's showing us that there's not very much activity locally, like not recently, above this area. So we've got a great chance of this sort of area being tested and then going up. Volume wise, it seems to be quite consistent, really. The volume, it doesn't really change that much. These big spikes here every now and then, but there's nothing sort of like constant where we've had a massive area of volume and it's been consistent at a higher range. It's just been good and positive. So it is a very good asset to trade. But this is on the London Stock Exchange. This is not the one that you want me to look at. But it is just interesting to see how Rolls-Royce are doing in the UK. This is the one that you wanted me to look at. Okay, now this is a little bit different, but it's still the same. Still the same sort of principle, and it's a great time to buy Rolls-Royce, I think, because if we can get into it, at these prices here, and you've got the chance to just put in some money that you can afford, afford to lose, that is, and just stick it into Rolls-Royce. Leave it there. Just leave it there, because obviously the planes are now back in use with travelling. COVID restrictions have all started to ease and everything. So, as that starts to happen, the jet engines will start getting used more. Now, Rolls-Royce don't just do cars and jet engines for aeroplanes. They also, Boeings, they also do a lot of work for NASA, and also they do a lot of work for the forces, the armed forces. So Rolls-Royce, that's kind of what's keeping them going at the moment. But the commercial airlines and everything, as they slowed down, there was a massive, massive hit on Rolls-Royce. Can't see Rolls-Royce going anywhere. They're very important to the UK. They're very important to America. They're very important to the world. And, so I can't see Rolls-Royce going anywhere. They're going to be kept afloat by stimulus money until everything picks up. But, as I said a minute ago, I think things are picking up now, and we can see it going in a great direction. All right. Excuse me. Again, see that flick that I was talking about coming outside the RSI and then outside the Bollinger Band there? Just to sort of zoom into that and show you what it was that I was talking about. Here we are, we come outside the Bollinger Band. There's the flick. It's like getting an elastic band, and holding on the elastic band and pulling it, and then ping, let go. Right? That's kind of what it's doing. It's pulling it back, and then here it comes, and then it lets go, and then up we go, and away we go. So yeah. It'd be nice for like this, exactly the same as the Rolls-Royce and the London Stock Exchange that I looked at, for it to come down, have a bounce, and then create some hidden bullish divergence, which is what we want to see. It's very, very similar. In fact, there is a compare button that I can turn around and stick Rolls-Royce UK there on as a compare, I think. Tell you what, let's. How am I going to do this? The best way of doing it. If I pull him up to the Rolls-Royce one there, then they're next to each other. I'll go into him, go to compare, and go to RR dot, and then here we go. Got the London Stock Exchange just there, and then we can have him. And then what we've got is the London Stock Exchange is the lines, and the candles are the holdings of Rolls-Royce. And if we sort of go back far enough, we can see that they're very, very close. They're very, very close. And the patterns are the same, you know. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff. This is percentage, by the way, not price. All right, so that's the simple that's the simple bit. Right, so let's take this compare off now and just go to the charts, standard, leave, and I think it's just the quickest way of doing it, you know. I can see that someone's put something in the chat, and that's really nice. So here we go. So there we go. We've got Matic back again. Let's just go home. Let's go home to where we're comfortable and just go back to Bitcoin. All right. So here we are. Let's have a look at the chat. Ronaldo says, "Hey, sounds awesome. Happy it's sorted." Thank you ever so much, mate. Sorry about earlier. And Jupiter is in the house. Ronaldo says, "I've got to run. Looking forward to watching this back later. Have a good one, brother." Yeah, you too, buddy. And I think you're going live shortly, aren't you? So I look forward to seeing you a little bit later too. All right. Thank you very much for nipping in. And Jupiter, I guess you're going to go in as you're the moderator for Ronaldo. So I guess you'll be leaving shortly too. But as we carry on, okay, so what we've done Rolls-Royce, we've done Bitcoin, we've done Luna, we've done Theta, and we've done Matic Polygon. I'm really hopeful for Polygon. I'm really hopeful that it's going to do well. I think that it is. It's looking really good on the charts. I'm really loving the hidden bullish divergence on Theta. Not Theta, Luna. Sorry. And what I specifically like about this hidden bullish divergence, right, is that when hidden bullish divergence happens, it lasts quite a while, you know, relative to its size. And the hidden bullish divergence is happened yesterday, so we've got quite a way of this happening. We've got at least days, you know. It's not just 2 days worth of movement. So here we are now on this line of where, you know, all-time highs, and we're breaking it, you know. Ah, you numpty! I thought I put it on lock earlier. Got to watch this video back and find out. There you go, lock. Yeah, so I really can see it going up to the next next line here of the Fibonacci lines. I can really see it going to the 618. Hidden bullish divergence here is really strong and textbook. It's really good. So okay, looking at the chat, Ronaldo has probably gone by now. Who is in the house? Who is with me, guys? Tell me in the chat who you are so I know who I'm talking to. So there we go. This Friday, I need to announce to you guys that on Friday, if possible, and everything's okay with Rocky, I will be doing a collaboration with him, which is quite exciting and really looking forward to it. Not sure how we're going to play it yet, whether we're going to do it on Zoom or whether we're going to do it on YouTube, and maybe I'm on his channel or he's on mine or whatever. But it's something to look forward to. So this Friday should be a really good educational, I'll say, educational stream, chat, evening, whatever. And hopefully also Ronaldo and myself are going to be looking at doing something as well, which will be more, instead of educational, I think it will be more fun and maybe educational from a different standpoint. I can see Ronaldo and myself speaking about different things because we've got a lot of similarities about our personalities and the places we've been and the things that we've done. So it'd be nice for you guys just to get a little bit of insight into who Ronaldo is and who myself is away from trading and away from music, although music will be a big part of it as well. So Ronaldo, I'm looking forward to that. We will discuss it in more detail when we're going to be doing it. But this Friday, Rocky and myself, it should be good fun and hopefully very educational for everybody. So yeah, make sure that you are there for this Friday. Right, in the chat, boom, friends, who's here? Who is in the house? Let's have a look at the chat. What have we got? What have we got? Okay, so still here, listening while I work. Ah, nice one, Jupiter. Yep, keep it going. Stay here. Stay here. This is where you need to be. This is where you want to be. This is where we learn things, and this is where we get some trade signals. But not just because I say, hey, look, I think that this is going to go up. It's Let's discuss this, and can we see anything worthwhile, like this hidden bullish divergence, which is textbook. It's amazing. It's great. This coming down, this going up. It's hidden bullish divergence. It's great. It's a good signal. So, moving over, let's have a look at GameStop, by the way. Let's have a look at GME, because I haven't looked at that for a while, and see what's happening with it. GME is it's a fantastic and great company now. Matt Furlong is, I think he actually cares. It's very unusual to find a director that actually cares about his customers. You know, normally they're animals and very they attack. Where I think this CEO is actually doing something to help. Is to help the diamond hands, to help the apes, and I really believe that Matt Furlong's doing that. The fact that we've got this directive now that we've got someone in play to make sure that the squeezers, they're not so pronounced. I don't know how they're going to go about it. Who knows? I haven't got a clue. But yeah. So another shout out again, just while I'm here and I can see it. Peter's line of speculation. There is a chap called Peter Hewer, who is on the Discord. Rocky's Discord is also on my Discord, and he, when we were talking like this, we were just having a general live stream, and he put on the chat. That draw the fibs from this point to this point, and because the Fibonacci, there's 268 is here. He felt that a really good place would be 145. So we stuck 145 on there. And look, that's the price came down. And when we were talking about this was back up here. So yeah, for him to turn around and pull that out of the bag, it actually banged on that price perfectly. I mean, to the dot. That just came straight down and then bounced off of it. So yeah, that was really, really good. I myself thought that it was going to go down, but I to that kind of area, but I wasn't expecting it to go down that far because I felt that there was too much bullish news on GME, and I had my line in around about 155, which is roughly where it is now. So yeah, really good. Either way, we're all about right, and this is it. This area here that I've drawn, this is where I sort of was expecting it to go sideways for a little while, come down out of the Bollinger Band, while this ends up happening coming out of the RSI, sort of down to 25 or something, and then a big spring happening, and I still expect the spring to happen. That I think that we're going to end up with this really, really fast rip your face off up to these massive highs here in the coming month. So I personally am expecting GME to do really, really well. And now is the time to buy GME, not in 2 weeks' time, not in a month's time. I believe that now is the time to buy it now, like before. I mean, the fact that it's come down today it's just discount, which is why I've got here possible VCAP bounce, is that this is where we're going to end up getting a bounce, right? So yeah, not financial advice, just put in what you can afford to lose, but put it in now as opposed to later, because you might end up turning around and being on your knees crying, saying, I wish I did. AMC is something. Hey, I got somebody else come in. Hey, Tony, voice a bit low. Voice is a bit low. How about that, buddy? Is that any better? I can, there we go. Is that better? But it's really kind of you to say. Thank you. Dankaba. In fact, I think I can even go a little bit higher. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so that's what we've got. So yeah, so AMC. Now I have put down in here, right, the AMC is potentially possible that we'll end up getting a bounce in this area. I've got these two green lines here, that this is where we'll get a bounce. Now at the minute, the candle line will be hopefully a wick by the end of the day. That at the minute we're on 7% or whatever, right? I'm hoping that we'll end up it'll go up a little bit, and then we'll end up getting a close in this area of the 618 and the 650. So that's what I'm hoping to see. We will see tomorrow if it's done that. and then hopefully we'll end up getting a bounce up. But interestingly, we are again coming outside of the RSI. AMC, I don't see being so bullish just yet, though. You know, if it can do that, then we might end up doing, you know, going up the way. But until we see volume start to increase and we see the RSI coming down here into the oversold zone, that's what I want to see first. And then I can see a spring happening. But at the minute, I'm sorry, but I don't see AMC doing as great as I see GME doing. That's just my perspective on things, right? And I could be wrong, but there we go. I'm not an AMC GME enthusiast, but I do hold both of them, and you know, a good amount of both. And I'm hoping that the AMC will follow GME. You know, they're friends, and yeah. So, but I do see GME leading the way. I mean, it's going to be a massive pull up. It's going to rip our faces off in the next, you know, month. I really can see it coming up here. I mean, let's just out of curiosity, what is that move for any of us that do hold GME right now? Okay. So if it's there, which is if it is, and we end up going to this price target here by the end of September, so end of September, October kind of time, it's 158%, guys. That's incredible. So yeah, and that's just in a month or two. So just yeah, buy what you can. Not financial advice, but sell everything and buy. Okay, bit of fun. But buy it if you can. Right, okay. I don't know if some of you guys, obviously there's a few viewers in here now, right? I don't know if you've just come in or you've been in for a while, but I have gone into the technical analysis of Matic, Theta, Luna, and Bitcoin, just on those GME and AMC ones, right? Very bullish on Luna. I said about there being a hidden bullish divergence just here, and it's textbook. It's brilliant, and we've got as coming outside of the RSI here, and it's also coming outside the Bollinger Bands, and that's a really strong buy signal. We had increased volume at this point here, which pushed the price back up again, and here we are subsequently going up. A week ago we tested at the all-time highs just here, which was bang on just there. We tested it again just there and ended up getting rejected, and we've bounced back here off of this 20 SMA today, which is really, really good. It's really good because it's respecting this 20 SMA. It's respecting it. So the 20 SMA is being respected, and it's been confirmed that it's being respected by these touches just here, that we are now in a bullish trend locally. It's confirmed that it's on its way up because we've got hidden bullish divergence in play. So everything is exciting. So brilliant. Jupiter has got stars in his eyes. He's happy. I think it's a him. I'm not sure. Guess it's a him. If it's a she, I'm sorry, Jupiter. But I think you're a bloke. Right. And the stars in the eyes, I'm guessing your stars are for GME. You'll have to let me know. Guys, don't forget to like. Okay, so that's really good. Luna. Now, how do you buy Luna? Because I'm mentioning, and how do you buy Theta? And how do you buy Matic? How do you buy these? Well, what you do is you go onto here and you type in Binance. Okay, once you've typed in Binance, you go into Binance and you go to register now. And you put your email address, which is these, you put your password in, press create account, and you follow the details, right? And that's how you do it. Once you've done that, there's an area in there that says about you transferring money from your account to a faster payments into there. Or you can use your debit card and turn around and put your money in using your debit card. Once you've done that, you can then buy using your money, your dollars, your whatever, your euros, your pounds, and you can buy any of these coins. And then once you've got them and they're in your Binance account, you can then turn around and lock them away and say, I'm going to save them for a rainy day. And hopefully, all being well, if you listen to the video that I did yesterday, I gave you all of the ones that I have bought. So I'd say I'm probably 15% of my portfolio is in all of that. The rest is in different things. But yeah, so don't go over leveraged on everything. And I don't mean use leverage trading, I mean putting in more than you can afford to lose. Don't get loans to get it. Don't get credit cards to get it, because it's a silly thing, because nothing is sure in life apart from taxes and death. Right, okay. So I did Theta, which I don't know if you saw one of my videos where I've actually got the Theta hoodie, which kind of is a bit geeky, but it shows that it's something that I'm interested in, and yeah, it's something that I like. So Theta is a really good investment, and I'm speaking about it being a good investment, because yes, blatantly in our face there is an inverse head and shoulders with a measured move up to the 682. Is it? Well, yeah, 382. Sorry, spanner, and yeah, it's going up. So that's blatantly in our face. But with Theta, it is a coin that we can use every day. It's something that they're looking at. The nodes that make the network can be televisions, it can be our computers and everything. But what it does is it enables the delivery of high definition audio and video. So at the minute, we use YouTube and whatever to stream, tutorial videos like you're watching me now on YouTube. But Theta is looking at helping people, I'm saying companies and people, get high-end video content. So okay, so we're talking about gaming and things. But Steve Chen, co-founder, he says Theta innovation is set to disrupt today's online video industry much the same way as YouTube platform did back in 2005. One of our biggest challenges has been the high costs of delivering video to various parts of the world. And his problem is only getting bigger with obviously with HD, 4K, and higher quality video streams, said Steve Chen, co-founder of YouTube. I'm excited to be a part of the next evolution of streaming space, helping Theta create decentralized peer-to-peer network that can offer improved video delivery at low costs, right? Now, I want you to tell me, guys, how many people are on here? I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9, I don't know how many people are in here, right? But do you know, guys, and I'm asking every single one of you that are watching, have you ever heard of these companies? Have you ever heard of these companies, right? Have you ever heard of Google? Yeah? So thumbs up. Cool. Have you heard of Sony? Has anybody heard of Sony? They make the PlayStation. Yeah? Have you heard of Samsung? Well, my television's a Samsung. Have you ever heard of CAA? Binance, which is the one that I just told you how to get hold of these things. So all of these enterprises are all part of the validation of this enterprise and this movement of how to get streaming content onto your televisions in your homes. So this is the next evolution. It is the way forward when it comes to streaming media. Netflix, Amazon Prime, all of these things, these will all be eventually using either using Theta network or something similar. And as Sony and Samsung and all the rest of it are already on the back of it, I can only see this getting used. And as this becomes more of a use case coin, it becomes a great investment. Now, you guys probably didn't know what Theta was, or don't know even now, or still don't understand it. But the fact is that you don't understand it now or haven't heard of it, means that you're really early in on the space. Which means if you can get on it now, before it ends up going mad, then you can make a lot of money because you're an early adopter, much like Bitcoin was back in the day when some dude ended up paying something like 80 Bitcoins for a pizza, or where it was, 300 Bitcoins, I can't remember what it was. Point is, you're an early adopter if you get in on the Theta network, because it's just the beginning. All right, so Binance is the way forward to get these ones here. Really simple. Go on to Binance, go on to create an account, put your email address in, and away you go. Okay, so that's it, like that. All right. Okay, so moving forward, where are we going to go with this? Anybody want me to look at anything else? FU Money. Cheers, Tony. Cool, you are welcome, buddy. Nice to have you on the channel. and I'm really looking forward to you doing yours as well next time you do one. So, yes, for me, says Jupiter, yes, it's GME. So, obviously, GME is someone who's interested in GME and obviously got his things. He says, I will have to check out yesterday's video. Yes, do. Yesterday's video was a really, really cool stream, and I really enjoyed doing it. It's been a while, and it's great to be back. So, yeah, check it out. It was really good. I'm Not a Cat says, hey, yo. So, good to have you, I'm Not a Cat. Nice to see you in on Rocky's video as well. I'm hopefully doing a collaboration with Rocky a little bit later on this week, probably on Friday. That's when we said that we'd do it. So as long as Rocky's health's good and everything's all good, then we will be hopefully doing this stream now, this collaboration, and our collaboration will be all about wealth mastery, how to become self-reliant, it was a bit of a story about how I got to where I am. And you might ask, well, where are you? I'm in my office. Well, just talking about finances and how to get more financially stable and how to use the system to our benefit. Now, I'd like to go into details now, but I'll be taking away all my nuggets that I want to use for Friday, so I'm going to keep everything close to my chest for now. So, Chrissy says, hi Tony, thanks for looking into Theta. Thanks for looking at Theta. You're welcome, and it sounds excellent. That's great news. So I've had a couple of issues with my sound. Sometimes it comes out of one ear, and other times it's been echoey. And right now, when I've got my monitor in my ears, I've got this echo going on, and it's driving me mad. So I'm going to stick with everything like this and have one ear free so that it's not putting me off. Okay, so yeah, Theta is a really, really good thing. Luna, I'm really excited about Luna. I can't stress enough the excitement I have here. About this hidden bullish divergence that's happening here. So if you are going to create yourself a Binance account, go onto my other videos and some of my videos, and definitely this one. Once I've done the stream, the videos will have a Binance link where if you use that link, I had an option when I chose that link whether I want to take they turn around and say, there's X amount of Bitcoin free here. Do you want some to go to the people that use your link, or do you want all of the Bitcoin for yourself, or do you want them to have it all? And I turn around and say, well, let them have it all. I don't want any. So if you use that link, when you buy some Bitcoin or some, when you put some money into Binance and buy something, you end up getting a free chunk of money, which is pretty cool. And so that's my gift to you. So enjoy. Right. With regards to, I don't know who I'm talking to here, okay, guys, but if you are technically minded and you understand these divergences that you hear technical analysis talk about, then divergence obviously is the opposite of convergence. Convergence comes from the word to come together. It's a coming together, whereas divergence is something that's they're opposites. They don't come together. They're obscure. So when something's divergent, it just sends a little bit of a warning sign to say something isn't right, or something isn't right. Now, what isn't right is when the RSI isn't following the price. So normally we like to see the RSI going up and down as the price goes up and down. If that doesn't happen, then that's divergent. So that could be positive, it could be negative, and that's what you need to try and establish. And what we have here is a textbook version or textbook hidden bullish divergence. So the price is going up here, and the price is following this orange line here, which is what they call the 20 SMA. So it's following this 20 SMA, and the bottoms are going up, which is great. So you're getting higher lows. But look at the lows of the RSI. They're not doing that. The RSI here, you got this low and this low, which is going down, whereas this low and this low is going up. So they're divergent, okay? But bulls attack from the top down. From the bottom up, and bears attack from the top down, and that's a good way to remember whether something's bullish or bearish. Okay, and we're looking at the bottoms here as the price is going up, which is hidden bullish divergence. Okay, because we're going with the trend. So we've got a real great textbooks hidden bullish divergence just there. Okay, guys? So fantastic stuff. Okay, so what we've got in here. So I'm not a cat. It's really great to have you guys here. Chrissy, it's really great to have you here too. Thank you very much. What we got? Is there anything you guys want me to look at? Is there anything you want me to look at? Guys, make sure you come in on Friday. I can't stress that enough because me and Ronaldo are going to have a little bit of a thing as well, right? But I really need to make sure that you guys are in for me and Rocky because I really want to talk about things that are going to help you guys to become self-reliant. Okay, it's going to be a lot of really powerful points that I'm going to be bringing out to you guys. So please enter the chat. Okay. So we got Simone Cooper saying hello. Nice to have you here. Thanks for your comment, Simone. And I'm not a cat has asked me to look at Ethereum to the dollar, and I can do that as well. What makes it hidden versus not hidden divergence? Okay, so I will answer that question. In fact, if I'm not a cat, if you don't mind, I'm going to answer Corey's question because it's easier because it's on the chart already. And then I'm going to come back to Ethereum because I'm interested in Ethereum myself. And I haven't done technical analysis on that for probably about a week. Just looked at the price zone, you know. Okay. So okay, Corey. I don't know if you know, but I did let me just bring this up. I did if you go to your videos, where are we? If I go to your videos. Sure, all good. Thank you. I'm not a cat. If you're looking into these uploads here, right, I got something in here. You see these ones here with the purple? You've got 1 of 5, 2 of 5, 3 of 5, 4 of 5, and then 5 of 5. And what they are is you've got this one here, which is bearish divergence. Then we've got bullish divergence, the next one up. Then hidden bearish divergence, then hidden bullish divergence, and they're the 4 divergences, and the videos are only 3 minutes long each. This one's only 2 minutes long, and they will explain to you in detail but very fast. So they're just quick bam 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 hits, and they will explain to you exactly how divergences work, and they're very very concise and a lot of fun as well. If I just open up one and show you.
Hey guys, welcome to video number 2 of 5, and now we're discussing bullish divergence. In the previous video, I was speaking about bearish divergence. So if you haven't got that one, and you've skipped that step, then go back and watch it. Because if you don't, you're not going to get the enjoyment and the happiness that comes from understanding divergence in its fullness. And towards the end of this episode, there are going to be some difficult words to understand. So make sure you go there and come back. And I'm wondering to myself now, are they going to go back and watch that video? Okay, moving forward then. So we're looking at price action coming down the way. Okay.
All right.
So this is like
yeah, there we go. I'm going to turn this off now.
Whereas the
Okay, so that's you get the gist. It's just it's good fun, and they're only a couple of minutes long each. And after that, you'll understand really clearly what divergence is and all the rest of it. Okay, but I'm going to answer your question. That when you have when you look as the prices come down and go up and down and go up, the RSI goes down and up and down and up and all the rest of it. Okay, so what you expect here is as the price comes down like this, you expect the RSI to come down, and it did. Okay, then you expect the RSI to go up, and it did. Then down and up, then down and up. Then it came down, and it came down, which was great, and it went up, which is great because it went up. But as the price came down here, the price actually came down further than here. Look. So I'm saying the price, I'm about the RSI. The RSI came down further than here. And here the price only came down to here. So if the RSI was the price was following the RSI, then we should have seen the price come down below this low here. It should have followed it, but it didn't. It was the opposite. So therefore, we could call it opposite. It doesn't matter what you call it. You could call it SpongeBob SquarePants, yeah. But we choose to call it divergence because it's the opposite. Okay, so or there's something wrong. So I'm going to stop using the word divergence because it becomes complicated. I'm going to start using the word something wrong. So because the price went up and then came down to here, there's something wrong because the RSI came up but came down further So there's something wrong. Divergence. Right? So if it's divergence. Right, so there's something wrong. Divergence. Right, so then what that tells us is that as the price comes down here, look, every time it ends up coming down here, the only way of it coming down any further, so once the price comes down here, it's difficult for it to go any further down. So what ends up happening is this strength and oversold area means it becomes a bargain to buy, which ends up pushing the price up because people buy it, right? So this is what's happened is as the price comes down here, it's becoming and it's going into the oversold area, which means it becomes a buy signal. So the price is going up, but the RSI is going to the buy area. So the further it falls down here, the more of a bargain it is. So that as the price comes down, as the RSI comes down into the buy area, but the price is going up, then the only way is up now, baby, you and me now. Yeah, the only way is up because it's come down. So that's it. So if the price is going up, but the RSI is coming down, then the only way is up, which is really good. So that's your that's so to blast your ears just then. So that's it in a basic sort of nutshell. That's why it's divergent, right? And that's why it's bullish divergent, because bulls attack. They call it bullish. So that's why it's bullish divergence, because it's going up, right? Okay. So and the reason why they say it's hidden is because normally you end up looking at the tops for things to come down and the bottoms for things to go up. But what you're doing is you're looking at two previous areas for a reversal. So let me show you a Bitcoin here, for example. Let's look at the RSI here. So what was happening at the tops is that as the top was going up, when the tops here was going down. So we got there, then it went down, and it went down, and it went down, and here it went up, it went up, it went up, it went up. So what we've got here is, because we're now looking at the tops, we're now looking at bearish divergence, right? So we knew that something was going wrong, sort of, because it was going down whilst the prices were going up. What absolutely was the nail in the coffin was because whilst it was going up, we also had, and this is where it gets a little bit complicated, and I'm going to lose viewers here, but this is why people that knew what they were doing, like myself, thankfully, and most likely like Rocky, if he was trading it at the time, and Jamie and all the rest, they would have seen that whilst, yes, this is bearish, yeah, let's have a look at the bullish scenario. They would have seen that, hey, we've got this bottom, we got this bottom. So whilst the tops were showing bearish divergence, the speed and rate of these bottoms going up, but the actual bottoms here were going down. This is almost like a down. If you look at this, it's kind of going down. My arrow, let's delete that. Let's get a straight line for you. Okay, so we got that bottom and that bottom. So whilst, yes, this was bearish going down, it's not good, we had hidden bullish going on. And whilst that hidden bullish was going on, there was less reason to come out of our trades. So it wasn't until, and then obviously the next one hit. So obviously this ended up coming down to here, whilst this ended up coming to here, right? So now what we've got is we don't have hidden bullish divergence anymore, because this low here is actually lower on the RSI as well. Yeah, so they followed. That was convergent, so which means then that this bearish divergence has now come to an end. This hidden bullish divergence had come to an end, and now this bearish divergence now comes into play. And then it was here that you then turn around and exit the trade, because here you are even lower, and now this is lower than this. So yeah, this is where this was absolutely going to be a reversal just here, and that's when you could have exited your trade. So yeah, it's exciting stuff once you get to know it. If it's not something that you do every day, then it can get complicated, and I can understand if some of you that don't trade on a regular basis have just watched all that and you're scratching your head and not understanding. But those little videos that I've put on there about divergence will help you. And sometimes, you know, it's worth just going and having a look at those videos. If you're looking at Divergence, instead of asking me or Rocky or somebody else, just go back to the video and remind yourself by the video, because that video is a visual aid. You know, it's not just being told what the situation is. It's actually a visual aid to show you, you know, how things play out. They're really good videos, and they're really quick as well. So yeah, now you understand that, let's go back over to Luna, and then we can see that the price is going up. Sorry, the RSI is going up and down. The RSI is going up and down. The RSI goes up. The RSI goes up. The RSI goes down. RSI goes. The price action comes down. Then it goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Then it goes all the way up to there and comes down. All the way up to there and comes down. But when it comes down, it's coming down further on the RSI than it is on the price action, giving us hidden bullish divergence. And a hidden divergence simply means a continuation of the trend. Okay, guys, really, really clear. I've grasped the basic of convergence and divergence, just didn't quite get the hidden part. Well, the difference, so your normal divergence, so something's bullish divergent or hidden bearish, bullish divergent or bearish divergent. That's what I've just shown you on Bitcoin just there. So it's sort of turning around and saying, well, if it's bullish, then you're going to be looking at the bottoms and turn around and saying, well, there's the bottom peaks are not saying what the RSI is saying, which means that you get a reversal. So if you're coming down, it means that if you get this bullish divergence, it means that, you know, you're turning around and saying, well, the RSI is suggesting that we're going to go up and have a change, right? Bearish, it's the opposite. Fine, that just means it's going to be a change of trend. But hidden bullish and hidden bearish is a continuation. It's not the same. They're two completely different. It's almost like the difference between black and white. Looking at bullish and bearish divergence, and then looking at hidden bullish and hidden bearish, they mean two different things. They're not the same. They're different indicators, and that's where people, because they're both called, all four of those things are all called divergence. People think they're the same thing, and they're not. So don't get confused between any hiddens and normal divergences, because they mean different things. And I'll say it again, hidden bullish and hidden bearish divergence, it means a continuation of the trend, okay? It means a continuation. If you keep forgetting that, then you're never going to get it. So have it on your computer, put it on a post-it note or something, and write down continuation so that you don't forget. So if hidden bullish and hidden bearish divergence means a continuation of the trend, and the trend is going up because it's above this 20 simple moving average, the medium line of the Bollinger Band, then this coming down here is showing us that it's like a spring that's being pulled back, like a gun getting cocked, ready to be shot. This spring is coiling up as the price is already going up. So when the coil gets released, it'll go up and then push the price up even further. That's the way that I think of it anyway, and it always serves me quite well. I hope that helps. Corey at Tony Wright, you're a legend. Thank you. I aim to please. Okay, so yeah, go and watch those videos. I've got 8 viewers. That's nice. That's nice. All right, guys. So what is it you want? Oh, Ethereum. Oh, bless you. I'm not. A cat is very patient. Sorry. Right, Ethereum USD. Right, just give me a sec to think about it. My throat's really dry. Excuse me. Okay, let's have a look. It's just going to take me a second, brother. What I'm looking for divergences, hidden or otherwise. Okay, let's bring these into play, see what they're saying. Alright, let's hide the Bollinger Bands. This is going to take a sec, guys. Be patient. Cool. Okay. That's pretty nice, actually. That's pretty smooth. Okay, so what we've got, this is what I see straight away without starting to draw anything or anything like that, okay, is I see that these two lines here are the main moving averages that most traders use for a long period of time, right? this blue line is a fast moving average. It sticks really tight to the price action. See, so as the price went up and came down, the price of here has gone up and gone down. Whereas this red line here is only just starting to take into account this spike here. In fact, you might get a moving average come up here like this, following this here. So it kind of averages everything out over a long time. This is the 200. Okay, so the 200 moves with the price. Behind the price, but kind of moves with it and averages all these peaks and troughs and makes it into one smooth line, okay? And that is the 200. The 50 kind of tells you immediately whether your price is in a bull trend or it's in a bear trend, okay? So against Ethereum, over the last sort of couple of months, we've been underneath this 50, which means we're bearish. It means that the price is more than likely to go down rather than up, right? Now, when this blue line crosses the red line, they call that a death cross, right? And the death cross is here. It happened, right? It did happen. I have never agreed with the death crossers. I think that I don't think. This is the difference between thinking and knowing, okay, is that you can go back in history, look at Bitcoin's history. It goes back all the way to 2000 and wherever it goes back to 2013. I think Binance goes back to Coinbase. So you can go back to 2013 or whatever and have a look and turn around and you can see that Bitcoin and Ethereum, the death crossers have happened. And more often than not, they've failed. The golden crosses happen, and more often than not, they work and they play out well for us, okay? So this death cross here is a perfect example of it not working. And we can go back and expand it, and I'll show you. So this was a golden cross here, it worked. This was a death cross, it didn't. This was a death cross. Did the price go down? No. The reason why the price didn't go down is because it's a delayed indicator of this drop. That's why it dropped. But then because the price jumped back up again, this was the COVID dump here, by the way, guys, because it ended up going up really quickly. This was the cross here. It only lasted like, I don't know, when did it start? It started just there on the 11th of April and then ended up finishing on the 13th of May. So 1 month we were in the death cross territory. But look at the price action whilst we were in this death cross. The price was going up whilst we were supposedly in this death cross. Didn't work. And this golden cross here would have worked and continued to work if the COVID dump didn't happen. Then it would have continued. So you can kind of imagine kind of cutting that and cutting that and then sticking that on there. Then you kind of get the idea of what Ethereum would have done if the COVID situation didn't happen. All right, guys. So that's the death cross didn't work. The golden cross did. Again, that wouldn't have worked. That wouldn't have happened if the COVID situation. The death cross didn't last very long. Golden cross did okay. This one here, when I said more often than not, for a considerable amount of time, this death cross did work. But this was, I think, if we go back, the only one that actually was genuine and worked. The rest of them were all golden crosses that ended up working. You really got to really start kind of home into these prices. Look, I mean, we're going into micro money here at £10, 10 bucks. There's your golden cross, and look, it's massive. There's your death cross. Didn't last very long. Here you got a golden cross. Now this is 200-week moving average. The reason why the line starts here is because it's got 200 weeks of moving, 200 candles, 200 days, sorry, before the first line, the first start or the start of the line, the first candle can make a start. So from there to the beginning of here would be 200 candles, because this is the 200-day moving average, because the period that we're looking at is the daily. Sorry to be rabbiting on. You get that. I'm sure you guys get that. You're all intelligent. Okay, so right. So then we get the golden cross. It works. That's my point. Golden crosses work. Death crosses are very, very rarely do they work. In fact, the only death cross that did happen and that was genuine and that worked is this one that happened in April, and then that was it. That's the only one, and then the rest of them are all golden crosses that worked for longer. We had a little death cross here, but the golden cross, there's a little death cross there, and then this golden cross ended up happening, and so on and so forth. So golden crosses, my point is golden crosses work out more often than the death crosses, and here now is a death cross that's happened. just here, and it didn't work out. In fact, it failed and it's gone up. Okay, so now, if anything, we've just created that through this death cross. We've ended up creating this golden cross. So technical analysts use this, but it's really junk. I wouldn't even have it in your box. It creates FUD. It creates excitement that's unwarranted, and creates people putting buys or sells based on these crosses, and you end up losing money. For argument's sake, at this cross here, you could say, okay, well, Ethereum's about to just dump, right? And then if you'd have turned around and took your money out here, then you would have just lost out on this from there, which would have been there. You would have lost out on 31% of your money in just 18 days, right? So I wouldn't even use it in your box, guys. Right. However, the golden is worth considering. Just, it's like, don't trade it, but consider it. Turn around and say, okay, it's there. It might, you can bring it to the table as a confirmation. If you've got other signs saying that it's going to do well, you can bring it to the table. Right. We are above, officially, the 200 and the 50, which is bullish. We're in a bullish. So the trend at the minute is on the way up. So is Ethereum a good buy? At the minute, it seems to be, yes, it is, because we're on the way up. We're in an upward trend. Right. Getting rid of these two moving averages now. In fact, I'm going to delete them because I don't want them. What we can do now is bring in the Bollinger Bands. And the Bollinger Bands are fantastic, right, for two reasons. One is because them, with the RSI, gives you a real strong indication of whether something's going up or going down, right? And the other reason is because this medium line here, the orange line in the Bollinger Band, mine's orange, yours might be a different colour. I think yours might be red. I've just chosen orange. Is that the orange line is the 20 simple moving average, which is the day trading moving average that they use. If it turns around and hits a day trader, they would wait for it to turn around and hit the medium line, and then they would buy and then take it out when it reaches the top of the Bollinger Band. And that's the basics of trading the Bollinger Bands, right? So at some point, we will have a little retracement to this medium line. It's going to happen at some point, and it's just going to keep bouncing on the way up and on the way down like it did here. So once it came up here, it was like these on the day trades. This is now a bullish trend. So you go up, and it still stayed above it. These lines that come down here don't count when you're looking at candles. You don't take into consideration these lines in trading as a rule. Sometimes you do, but generally speaking, you don't take into account the wicks. So you can turn around and see that it bounced off, it bounced off, it bounced off. In fact, the only time on this one on the way up of the 20 moving average, that didn't count because it closed just there. This one is the only candle, this one here, this red candle is the only candle that closed underneath this 20 simple moving average. But the next day it ended up coming back out again. So you might have taken your money off the table there and then put it back in here when it closed. And that wouldn't have been a bad move, because just in case it did come down further. But generally speaking, that is there a constant bull trend, right? So now we are above the 20 SMA. For me, it's very bullish. Very bullish on Ethereum USD. It's looking really great. However, I want to see a retest down of the 20 SMA. Now the 20 SMA, if we carry on this trajectory just here. Let's just get a trend line actually, and you'll see what I'm about to do is let's turn around and say, okay, there's the trend going up there, yeah. If we carry on in that trajectory, and that means that the RSI, sorry, not the RSI, the medium line of the Bollinger Bands would be there. It shows that in order for when the retracement happens, for it to get to where the money is now, it means that with the retracement, you've got until the 21st. I know what I'm talking about, but it's like really hard to explain it. How am I going to explain this so you guys understand? I'm trying to think of this, right? So at some point, what I'm saying is the price is going to come down and bounce off of here, right? At some point, the price is going to bounce off of here. But the question, I suppose, is is now a good time to buy, or should you wait until the retracement? And here's my point, okay, is that even if the prices end up going up here, going up here, it's going to have to go to for the price to come down and retest this line. This is where the price is here, right? this is where the median line is going to be, and that could happen if it carries on in its trajectory. That would happen on the 21st of August, and at the minute we're on the 11th of August. So 11th, 21st. So you got 10 days of you got 10 days worth of asking yourself, do you reckon that you're going to have 10 candles before you get a retracement? And if you feel and think by looking at the RSI and looking at the volume and everything, why isn't the RSI showing that it's going to have a retracement, then then you turn around and say, well, I'm going to keep my money where it is, then I'm going to wait for the retracement, and then I'm going to buy, because the retracement might happen tomorrow or the next day. I'm looking for RSI. Yeah, so if it ends up happening here on the 15th, I'm looking down here, by the way, while I'm here. If the retracement ends up happening on the 15th of August, and I've just taken that out of the bag, right? Let's go to the 15th of August. Then it means that the RSI, it's going to come down to here, which means that here is going to be your buying point, which means that you'll end up getting potentially another 9% of your money. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying that when you're thinking about buying something, it's a really, really easy thing to do, is just to buy because you've got the money. You're like, okay, I want that. So what you do is you just go and you buy it straight away. So just wait until you get your retracement, and that is my advice. Is that my advice is when you're trading is to see, if I say that, then it's financial advice, isn't it? What I was going to say, but yeah, that's what you do. You'd end up just looking at the medium line, because this is the confirmation that you are in a day trade going up, and it hasn't done a retracement for quite some time. So if you want to buy, you either buy now or take the hit that you might end up having a retracement that you could have bought in a bit earlier, or you wait until it ends up testing this 20 SMA and then go up. It turns if you want to wait, depends if you want to wait. Okay, best explanation I've heard. You've turned the light back on in my head. Good man, Jupiter. Throat is dry because you're spitting so much knowledge. Good man. Superb explanation. How to manage profit, taking percentages and levels. Good man, that's good. I'm pleased that you kind of followed, because I'm speaking, I'm thinking, hang on a minute, I'm babbling here. I've got it in my head, I know what to do, but it's how to put this into there to you so that you get it. So cool. All right. Ethereum. So when you ask me, I'm not a cat, about what do I think of Ethereum, the answer is I think I'm very bullish on Ethereum. But I don't know if you're trading it, if you're thinking, is it going to carry on going up, or are you thinking about buying it? At what price do I think that you should buy in at, or what prices do you think that you should be taking profit? What is your question? Because I need to know what it is that you want to do, what your goal is, in order for my technical analysis to fit, so that you get the answers to your questions. Yeah, that's it. If it's something that you don't want to say on the chat, that's fine. We're in the Discord together. You know who I am. DM me and we can speak about it privately. Okay. Okie dokie, Smoky. Matic. Oh yeah. So Ethereum. Something else that I did see on just before I finished that is I've got this stick here, and this sort of stick that's wobbling around. The reason why it's there is because I saw at some point I've seen a W pattern happening, and the breakout of the W is just there. That's kind of like the shoulder where the W starts. In fact, I can kind of move it to there and bring that down a little bit. Yeah, I can see that that's kind of like where the W is. And there is where the W is. I'll kind of go from there, or go from, go from there. And then just extend that to there. Right, the breakout happens just here, so a trader would wait to see. He'd wait to see if we end up getting to that point, because it's very possible that it hits the top of this Bollinger Band and comes back down and fails. So a trader would wait until a breakout, and the breakout happened just here on this green candle. So the measured move, you would then take that. I know you know this, and then you'd turn around and do it there, and then your take profit would become, and I'll just use this line so that I don't have to draw another one. Your take profit would be just there. Right, let's just move that really straight. Would be just there, which is right inside of this kind of area here of of no man's land where there's not a lot of traders going. So you take your profit just there, and then what generally happens is where your where the breakout was. Generally, I'm not saying it's going to happen. The price will come down and test where the breakout was before it ends up moving up. Generally, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that's possible. If that happens, I mean, just like I've drawn there, is very close, right? So if I now bring up those moving averages, I'd be interested to see just what I've drawn there, if that touches any of those moving averages. So let's get two of them. I shouldn't have locked them off really, should I? I should have just left them there. So let's get the inputs and make that the 200. And press OK. And let's get the other one. And any of you that are on here now that are listening, on Friday, I'm looking forward to doing a collaboration with Rocky on mastering sort of like money and wealth, if you like. All right, so what have we got here? I don't like the colours on that one. So 200, I'm just going to move to a darker blue. And the 50, I'm going to move to a dark green. And the Bollinger Bands are just irrelevant for a second. Okay, so, yeah, here we go. Yeah, you got this trajectory here. Yeah, we have, haven't we? We've got the trajectory of this 200. So we could end up coming down and retesting that 200. And we've got loads of volume in this area here, haven't we? We've got loads of people trading right here. You know, look at all that lot. So, yeah, potentially we could get a retest before moving up. If that ends up retesting that breakout there. Right, fine. Okay. I have some already curious about when you could take profits based on signals. Well, so yeah, if it's everything that you've got and it's all in Ethereum, then, you know, and you bought down here, then, you know, or you bought at the breakout of this W, then your take profit is now. This is now your take profit, and you would wait until the next retest before you go back in. That's normally what you do. But if you're someone who has got patience and you can diamond hand it and hold, then I can see Ethereum going to mega money and breaking all-time highs. What you've got to remember about Ethereum, not only are the technicals looking great on it, but what you've got to remember about Ethereum is that most of these coins that we looked at today are all backed on Ethereum. They all use Ethereum as a mode of transport to one to another, right? They all use gas fees, and they're all based on the open source of Ethereum. They all use the code and back their coin, make their coin on the Ethereum blockchain. So without Ethereum, or a lot of these other coins that are used by massive corporations use those coins, and they're based on Ethereum. So Ethereum can't really go anywhere. I mean, yeah, people can start using other networks that are like Ethereum wannabes, like Algorand, which is one of my favorite coins. Because they've already done what Ethereum are trying to do. There's a little bit of a like a backdoor into Ethereum that makes it a little bit unsafe. And Ethereum 2.0 is hoping to achieve making Ethereum more safe and secure. But Algorand have already done it, so you can make open source tokens on the Algorand network, and it's a pure proof of stake. So it's a lot less easy and to hack. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I don't see any kind of hidden bullish divergence locally, but I do see that we've got this here, and this one going higher, but this here and this one down here is going lower. So there is a hidden bullish divergence on a big time frame. Okay, but we're talking about, you know, weeks and months away. I'm looking towards the end of the year for Ethereum. Ethereum's going to make you guys a lot of money. You just got to be patient with it. Yep, so a few months for Ethereum before it ends up making mega highs. But I mean, look at it. It's not difficult for it to make $6,000. It's really not difficult, and it's at 3 at the minute. So to double your money in a few months, I think it's a great opportunity. But like I was saying about Theta, is, you know, you're a really early adopter in this network here, and it's just a fantastic opportunity. But I know that most of you guys are in the States. I know that most of you trade on looking at AMC and GME, and that's fantastic. But without a Binance account, or something similar, you're not going to be able to buy these coins. Okay, and it is safe. It isn't something that you can put your money into and worry that you're going to get hacked, or you're going to lose your money, because if that does happen, I know that Binance has never ever had an occasion where someone's hacked them, and Binance hasn't insured them. Everybody that I know, or every story that I've read in magazines or online that's been hacked on Binance, Binance has insured them and they've got their money back. Okay, so good stuff. Okay, Corey says, "What are?" No, he doesn't. He says, "Are there any valuable or difficult lessons you have learned along your trading journey that come with a good story? Let's get those streaming hours up." Thanks, Corey. Awesome. Thanks for that. You're welcome. Cool. Okay. So yeah, there is a lot. There is a lot that I've lost. I've lost a lot of money, but I've also made a lot of money. So listen, this is a really good reason why it's important to have an application on your phone, because we're living in this digital age where we take our phones everywhere, right? We everywhere we go, we've got a phone in our hand. I've got my phone with me now, and when you take your phone everywhere, it's a great opportunity, because if something major happens, then you've got your phone there and you're able to make trades. So it might be that you're out in town with your family and you're shopping, and you end up coming and into the shopping centre, and you hear on the news or on the radio or something that something major's just happened, whether it's the COVID dump or 9/11 or something really big and bad has just happened. Or you might hear something positive, like Google have just invested into invested 10 years of their earnings, for example. I'm just making a hyperbole illustration here. 10 years of their earnings into a company called LMN, and I've just made that up, LMN, so that they can get research done and cure with a certainty cancer. And Google have done that, right? I'm just making that up. Then that would be like the time to take your phone out and buy this LSM coin or company that I've just made up, because now that announcement's happened. It's massive. Everybody wants a cure for cancer. It's an awful thing, and Google are putting 10 years of earnings into it, so that it's bullish for them. So then you're on the fly there, and you can get in straight away and put a buy order in or buy them. If something bad happens, let's say it's today was the launch of America being allowed to leave the States, and Boeing have just released their new version of Concorde with Rolls-Royce engines, for example. Then that there's this new supersonic company. Then you've got your phone in your hand. You can buy these aeroplanes, or buy Rolls-Royce or whatever. But these negative things that happen, when there's anything negative, you can make loads of money. So on the COVID dump ended up happening, you can turn around. Let me just bring this up. Let's go to CFD, for example, right? And let's go Italy. So I had my phone on me, and I'm looking at Italy on Forex. Here it is, Italy 40. It's the major companies, right? And during the COVID, where is it? It was here, wasn't it? Why does it seem so close? Don't know. Doesn't seem very far away, long away, does it? But this was the COVID dump here, right? So during these days, all on the news, it was horrendous. But you saw Italy, you saw all of those people in the hospitals, all the older people, and apparatus keeping them alive, and all the rest of it. And Italy was going down the pan, right? So, and you've only got a few days here. So if you'd have got in on this, and it is bad, but you're making money. I mean, that's a 33% drop from there down to there. But if you do a contract for difference or any kind of a leverage trade, then 33%, even if you like putting a 5x leverage on, 33% comes 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. You end up getting 150%. It's going to be about 170% of increase, right? So yes, I was doing like 30, 40x leverage on this, and I ended up making about £15,000 a day on these trades here. And this was while I was in a cafe with friends and family, and I was showing my friends and family, and I'm talking about making thousands and thousands of dollars in 2 or 3 minutes. By the time I finished my cup of tea, and I had my mum there and family, and I was showing them my phone, and my mum was saying, "Take your money out now. Take the money out now. That's enough, Anthony. That's enough. You need to take. Don't be greedy. Take the money. That's very good, Anthony. Take it out, right?" And as we're going down, and then I got onto the aeroplane, and they're saying, "Turn your phone off." And I'm on the aeroplane thinking, "Okay, I need to go short here." But what happens if while I'm up in the air and I don't have any signal, I need to get out of my trade? Because I'm talking literally every second it goes like it'd be in the green, making money like £700 in the green, and then £200 in the red, then £300 in the green, then £1,000 in the red that I would have to pay them back, and then it'd go £200 in the green, £100 in the red, 1,500 in the green, and you're like, take it now, and then but you don't, and then because you're excited, right? And it's really exciting, and then it goes to 500 in the green, and then it goes to 3,500 in the red, and you're like, holy shit, take, and then you turn around and press the button, and you're like, I've just earned 3.5 grand in 15-20 seconds. And you're like, okay, cool. Now I've got that much money. I'm going to stick that on my trade. So then all this money ends up going into your margin, into your money, and it really is, or was, like being on a gambling machine. It's gambling the money, And anyway, the plane ended up taking off, and I had to turn my phone off. So obviously, I'm not going to leave my trade open while I'm on the plane. So I'm on my way back from Spain. All I wanted to do was get home and get to my computer. So as soon as I got home, it was about 3 o'clock in the morning. Am I going to sleep? Hell no, I'm not going to sleep. I'm staying here and I'm going to make a load more money. Now I'm at my computer, I can start looking at all of this, bullish divergences, and I've got all my charts and everything, and just doing what I can. And I was making thousands, right? Then when I got down to here, so it was over these 2 days here, I was making all this money. The more money I had, the more money I could make. So at this point here, I had tens of thousands of pounds in my margin account to trade with, and it was all free money pretty much. I didn't start off with that much. And then when it got to here, I was shorting, thinking, well, there's no way it can go up. Italy's dying, the people are dying, the companies are dying, everything's going off. So I'm carrying on the shorts, expecting the price to come down here. And I'm completely scratching my head when this ended up happening. Yeah, this ended up happening. I'm like, I don't get it. How can this be happening? And I'm looking at the news, and I'm looking on the computer, trying to find out how it's Italy going up so fast, when on the news it's saying about all these companies and shops and everything's all dying and doors are closing and all the rest of it. It turned out that, and I didn't know at the time, it turned out that it was just the companies getting bailed out by, because this is Italy 40, this is the top major companies in Italy, that they were getting bailed out by stimulus money from the government, and the government gave the banks a license to print the money and bail the companies out. So all this was just false money that was pushing the price up, but I was losing money because I'm shorting it, thinking, betting that the price is going to go down, and it was going up, and that I ended up pretty much losing about 12-15 grand or something like that. I ended up losing, and at that point there, I kind of felt like upset that I felt that I was being diddled. I got upset thinking that that it's not fair. I was like a kid in a shop, who's told that he's not allowed his sweets, because the prices shouldn't be going up. But yeah, it turned out to be the businesses getting bailed out by the companies. So there's a little story for you. There's a little story for you, Corey. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thanks for that. Says I'm not a cat. Simone Cooper said I would have taken a later flight. No, that would have been really good if I'd have done that. Okay, and when you're talking about thousands and thousands of pounds, to get a flight back to the UK where I was wouldn't have been a problem. And but even if I'd have stayed there and made even more money, I still couldn't have accounted for the fact that the markets of the world, and it's not just that, right? There's not just that. On here, if you guys look, there's this thing called SPY, and this is the the world's biggest companies, right? That even the SPY ended up having this dump, and the whole world was and still is in a financial mess. Yet they were getting bailed out and money was going up. You see, what it is the banks have a license to print. This is how the financial system works, is the banks have a license to print. And when you hear the word print, you think of that machine that goes brrrr and makes the £20 notes, and they come out of the machine, and you got or $20 notes, and you got this big sheet of paper that all needs cutting into sheets of dollar notes, right? But that's not what a license to print is. A license to print is simply this. License to print is that the banks are being told by the government that you are allowed to print on your computers as many zeros as you need to in order to keep these companies afloat. Because this is our country, and we need to show the world that our country is not in trouble. We need to show the public that there's no need for panic. Even when they're panicking, they need to instill a comfort and a calm to the people, and to the world, that everything's okay. So they have a license to be able to print as many zeros on their computer, the bank, and then give that money, that free money that's just been plucked out of a computer digital money, and then give that money to companies in SPY, to give those companies to Apple, Amazon, and all the rest of it. And those digital companies, those top 5 digital companies, make up 90%, maybe a bit more, 90% of the SP 500. So that's a massive percentage. And the first 5 of 500 companies, the first 5 make up 95% of it all. Just shows you how big those top 5 companies are. Tony, rather lol typo. Okay, let's have a look. Yep. Tiny, I think she means Tony. So you have a money to look at. So you have a money to look at BB or NOC. I have a little of both. Okay, I can do that. Let's have a look at. Okay, I've never looked at either of them, so I'm not sure. Let's check them out. So we've got BB. Which is, I'm guessing, BlackBerry. If you're looking at Nokia, I'm assuming that this is BlackBerry, i.e. the phones. So we'll have one of them. If you have a moment, yeah, I understand. And also you want me to look at Nokia, yeah? And okay. And we'll take that one. Right, let's check out the bottom one first. Let's look at Nokia. Just going to take a minute. Hang on. Okay. What I see here, okay, so we're above these 2 lines here. You've got these 2 moving averages, are the 50 and the 200. I'm looking at the 4 hour, but they are above those, right? Which means we are in an upward trend. Apart from today, which has been a bit rough, the last few hours of today. Let's just hope that we end up getting this sort of upward swing, and close above here. But generally speaking, we are in this upward trend, right? But whilst we're going up, we do have this area here of, we do have this area here of a down, and It's not quite there, but that is definite. That is definite downtrend, right? And that one there is there. So we have this downward area here on underneath, whilst the prices at the bottoms are going up, and that is considerable. That is a considerable. That is considerable bullish divergence. That is really, really powerful. On the 4 hour. So when we move to the daily, it's okay. So it's only small, but it's still very, very relevant. On the 4 hour, we've got like a definite. We've got definite hidden bullish divergence there on the 4 hour. On the daily, it disappears, which just shows, you know, the moving time frames is really important. But what we don't have is bearish divergence going on here, from there to there. That is the top is 71.97. Top of that one is 72, so that is higher, which is convergent to that. But yeah, I think that we're good to go with Nokia. Nokia is going to continue looking at the moving averages and looking at divergences and things, not necessarily on the major time frame, but certainly for a few days, like, you know, maybe a week or so. This is interesting, you know, this big block here of nothing. Sometimes you get these, I'll call them glitches for want of a better word, where things don't make a lot of sense. It could be that it lines up nicely with that big wick there, that massive wick. Imagine trading that day, that during that day you ended up getting this massive wick, where all these, and this must have just been one person, I guess, that was just buying it all the way up and turning around and dumped it all. Yeah. So this shouts out to me manipulation. That's what it shouts out. But it means that when we get to there, that somebody else is potentially going to start messing around with it as well. So, yeah, I'd say that when take profit just is at the all-time highs. I might turn around and just take it off the table there and see if we end up coming down and testing this area here, this 200 moving average. It's potentially possible. I can't tell you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just saying what I would do. I'd stay in it for a little while because I think that we're going up. But when we get to those all-time local highs here, I'd be considering just taking the money off the table, letting it go up, and then buying when it comes back in. Because I think as it goes up, it might possibly come down a little bit further and test this 200 that's coming up and get a bounce off the 200, which means you might have to take your money off the table for a week or so, but be patient that it will come back down. You know, that's how I'm feeling about it. I don't really like it. I don't know if you I've got too many things open. If you've got the patience, I'd hold on to it. Just wait, and eventually, you know, Nokia hopefully will do well. I mean, it used to be the future, didn't it? And I don't know why they've kind of stopped creating the major stuff. Maybe they've gone into medicine with their technology or something. Right, so we're back to the daily now. We've come down and we're testing this 20 SMA. 20 SMA, interestingly, is starting to flatten out. You see that little tick there where it's flattening out? Because it's taking into account these downtrends here. Certainly that one. And you know, it's starting to flatten out a little bit. Yeah, the RSI's got a long way to go before it comes into this area to give us a bounce up again. So short term, bullish. Medium term, I think it might get a retest. Long term, I don't know. Long term, I don't know, because I know that I don't hear of Nokia anymore. So that kind of puts me off of thinking that it's going to go to, you know, huge highs where it used to be. You know, I worry thinking it could go up there. Don't know. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Nokia. Right, BB. BlackBerry. Well, okay, BlackBerry is, there's more BlackBerries, isn't there? I mean, there's still a phone that we look at getting, and I don't know what else BlackBerry's into, but we are getting some highs again. These look like they've been squeezed a little bit, you know, having all this here. When you get your Bollinger Bands which squeeze like this, they call that the squeeze, and then this is the bulge that ends up happening. Normally, the longer the squeeze, the bigger the upward bulge ends up happening. and you get this massive spike there, and that's what ended up happening. So if we can get a squeeze here, just keep your eyes open for this squeeze, and if we end up getting a squeeze for say 2 or 3 weeks where we're not getting a lot of price action, don't get bored of it thinking, oh, what the hell's going on, Look at where the squeeze is going and look at where the RSI is going. If the RSI is coming down as the squeeze is happening, then the chances are we're going to end up going up and having another, like it is going up, isn't it? We've got a high, we've got the high, there's a low, we've got higher low, and it looks like we're making another higher low as the RSI is kind of going on this downtrend. So it is all in all on the way up. Even looking at the tops there, they're mostly wicks, and that body there does kind of throw it all off there. This day here threw it off, but even though it threw it off, the tops here was lower here to there, so that's convergent and good. Yeah, I would say with BlackBerry, I'm assuming that you hold it and that you've got some already. And you're not looking at a buy signal and when to buy. You're looking at more of when to take out. And I would say that BlackBerry will have another rise. But to know whether we're going to rise, I want to know what the RSI is doing. If the RSI comes down to here into this oversold territory, and we've got this squeeze going, then I would say hold on to your money, because BlackBerry is going to do another big run. And if it does end up coming up to these areas here, then consider taking some profit when you get to these all-time highs here. Consider taking your profit and waiting for a retest before you buy back in, or consider taking your money and spending it on some sweets. Okay. Moment rather, knock is 5G tech and batteries and real estate. Cool. Okay. I can't see the chart. What's the high? Yes, just about 200 shares, not too much. Okay, so what's the high? Okay, so the high, because you can't see the screen, we're looking kind of here, yeah? The high, the local high, I'm talking about highs of $21. I'm saying when we hit sort of $21 or the $20 mark, let's give you something realistic, because it's not fair for me to kind of just do this haphazardly. I would say that a safe place to take some profit is $18. $18.12. If you can take some of your profit there, I think that it'll end up making you money, and you'll end up getting a retest where you can you'll take your profit there. The price will come back down to just above where we are now. I think the price will end up coming down to about $12. Then you can buy back in again with that money and wait for the next rally up. I think that's quite a nice trade there if you decide to do that. It's again not financial advice, but it's just something that I can see sort of happening there based on the RSI and the Bollinger Bands and the VPVR, this visible range. Also looking at resistance and support lines to help me come up with that. So look out for that squeeze. You want like a week or two of not a lot of price action, and that's where people get bored and then end up taking their money elsewhere. Or it's where somebody comes in and sees exactly what I'm seeing and goes, you know what, I'm going to buy. And all it takes is a few big people to buy in, and then that makes the snowball effect, and that's this squeeze ends up happening and pushes the price, and you get this blast off. Take profit at 18, wait for a retest, buy back in. There you go. That's my final answer. Ah, guys, what do we know? What do we know? What do you know, Joe? What do you know? What do you know? Guys, like the channel. Really important, like the channel. Guys that have just come in, I'm sorry you've just missed some great TA. However, on Friday, me and Rocky are doing a collaboration, which is going to be awesome and very educational for everybody at any level. It's going to be educational because life experience and mistakes are things that you don't need to make. If me and Rocky have made them along the way, we can show you and we can give our experiences. So yeah, it's going to be a really good stream, so make sure that you sign in to YouTube on Friday. I'm not sure of the time yet. Me and Rocky need to sort of talk it through, but it's something that we're looking forward to doing. Yeah, so that's it. Hang on a sec. Just seeing. Okay, cool. That's it. Is there anything that you guys want me to look into? Do any of you guys want me to look into anything, or am I going to turn around and close the channel now? I've been on here, what, a couple of hours? Hit that like button for sure, says Jupiter. Yeah, the like button is important for the algorithm. Thank you for your time. You're welcome, Simone. You is welcome. It's been a good stream today. It's been long. There's been some quiet moments, but you guys came in, and that's what happens. The more people that come into the stream, the more energy gets inputted there, and the more excitement grows. Which is why Rocky and Jamie, when they have their channel, it's good. It's energetic because there's so many people there, and that's all cool. How about a quick look at Matic? Okay, Matic is Polygon. Let's have a look at Matic. Matic is looking the don. Okay, so today Matic Polygon is made a massive move there. At the minute, it's on a 15% increase. How do I know that? Well, I don't need to get the ruler out to do that, because it tells me just here in the under the name of it that it's on a 15% increase. Earlier on, I saw that it's highest at 21%, and that's really good. The fact that we're now moving up so fast, but the RSI hasn't moved up with it that quick, the RSI hasn't been stretched, is really bullish, and I'm really pleased with that. All we need now is just a few more days of just sideways action and up or down, or it can do what it wants to. But as that happens, it will form along with the RSI and give us some idea as whether this is going to be a fake out or if it's something that's got momentum and it's going to continue. So one thing I haven't done with Matic yet is gone down to a lower time frame to see if there's any patterns within Polygon Matic, which is what we're looking at now, that'll kind of give us an indication of whether we're going to end up breaking down or not, right? So yeah, okay, so there's kind of spring that's happened that's pushed it up. It never went into the oversold territory on the RSI, which is a little bit, let me get rid of this W pattern now, I can show you that later. It didn't really go into there, but what it has done is it's caused the Bollinger Bands now to open up like an alligator and start making moves up. Interesting to see is one of the indicators that I've got on here is Rocky's DMI, and the DMI is an interesting indicator, and it's showing a bullish sign. And if you think about an alligator, there we go, we've got what they call the positive and the negative, and this DMI line, this medium line, if that's up in the blue whilst these lines are open, it means it's in a bullish trend. So on the 4 hourly, we are in a bullish trend. It's a buy signal. So the buy signal would have been just here so today at 5 o'clock in the morning UK time. So for you guys over in the States, what would that have been? 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock last night? Yeah, so that would have been pretty much close of business, or the open of the next day for the States. So then obviously it ended up pushing it up for the next day. But yeah, that's pretty cool. If I move over to the daily is kind of just showing us that, hey, the DMI is about to flash. The DMI is about to flash a buy signal. Not quite just yet. There's still a little bit more movement to go, but this is bullish. I mean, if Rocky came onto the channel, it would be great right now, but because he could sort of explain. But this is a bullish signal right now. It's good. It's very good. So everything is all good for Matic. I'm really excited about Matic. I hold Matic. It's one of the video that I did yesterday or the day before. I went through all of the coins that I hold, all the altcoins that I hold, and told you all, full transparency, what it is that I've got my money into. The one thing that I didn't do, because it would take hours to do it, is go through all of the reasons why I'm involved in each coin and what it is about each coin that I like. Okay, so this is really very good. So today, Polygon, there you go, buddy. That's yours. That's Matic. Up 17%. It was up 21% earlier. It's come back down a little bit as it kind of finds its place. Tony, can you tell about your favorite indicators, if any, for intraday crypto trading? There they are, mate. These are them. So my favorite ones are. This is what I'll do. I mean, what I've done today, guys, live for you, is what I do if I wasn't on camera and I wanted to let's say I just got paid, or I've just taken profit from a trade, and I've got some money and I want to trade it. What do I do? The first thing that I do is I bring up the moving averages, the 200 and the 50, and that'll tell me if I'm above or below. Now I prefer buying and rather than selling. I don't like doing shorts, although I do, like I did when I said to you about me shorting Italy and Spain during the COVID dump. I do short at times, but it has to be something like a catastrophe that's happened or something really bad that will give me the confidence to short the market. So shorting Bitcoin is something that scares the hell out of me because I think I want to lose the trades. So I like to buy, especially if I'm leveraging. I like to buy and go long on things. So I'm looking for long signals mostly. Buying indicators. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for buy signals. So the first thing is to look for the trend and make sure that I'm going up. So the 50 and the 200. 200, I know that we're long term it's going up, but if I want to make money a bit quicker, then I'll be looking at the 50. You're talking about sort of like intraday trading, so I'm going to be looking even further down the list, and I'm now looking at the 20-day moving average, which is the middle of the Bollinger Band, this orange line here. So if I'm going to do day trading, I want to make sure that I'm above the 20 SMA. So as long as today closes above this 20 SMA, I'll buy, because there is a chance that the bears and the sellers can end up bringing this down, and we'll end up with this big wick, like this big wick here happened. Well, that isn't a wick actually, but you get my point. Take that off. You get my point. Yeah, this can end up coming down. I don't think it's going to be looking and judging by everything else, but you know. Okay, so that's that. Once I've done that, and I know that we're long and we're good to go long, then I bring up the RSI and I zoom out a little bit, and I turn around and say, is there anything on the RSI that's saying that something's divergent, whether it's hidden bullish or whether it's a bearish divergence that I need to be wary of? Yeah. Now, as the trend overall, over the last few weeks has been down and underneath the 20, we're only just now turning around. Now, generally, if you get a change of trend, then there's 3 large candles, which is one thing to look at that gives you an indication that there's a change of trend. Let me go to Bitcoin and I'll show you what I mean. So Bitcoin was coming down for ages. We've been on this sort of downward trajectory. And I see here 3 large candles, 1, 2, 3. This isn't very good. I wasn't too happy with this, but there is 3 candles here of significant size that would indicate now that Bitcoin was in a change of trend. Once that happens, then we're away, and that's what ended up happening. It's come down, and we've got 3 big candles. Again, we're on our way up, yeah? So 3 large candles is a change of trend. Whether that's red candles, it means that we're going to go, if we're going up, when we get 3 big red ones, it means that the chances are now we're in a downward trend and we're going to go. It's just the way that it works, those 3 big candles will end up moving above the 20 SMA or below it. It's just how it works. And then once it closes, it signifies that we're now in a downtrend or an uptrend. Really important, and that's how candle patterns work. You just need to understand candle patterns along with moving averages. If you can understand how they work and what they tell each other, then it means that you can look at stuff on the chart without thinking. You just know just by looking at it, and it's powerful, Okay, so what we got? So I do that. Now you talk about intraday trading, so then I will go down a time frame, so I can see that I'm on the upward trajectory here on what we're looking at, Bitcoin, right? So then I'm going to go down further and see what's going on the 4 hour, right? Really important. And I can see that we're bouncing off of this 20 SMA. So if I was here and I'm looking at the 4 hour, I wouldn't buy, mate. I wouldn't put my money into there because I'm at the top of the Bollinger Band. I would wait for the retracement back down. So let's go on to the hourly now. And this, we're almost talking about, yes, intraday, but also talking about scalp trading where you can turn around and buy and sell the thing. If I was trading today on a daily trade, I'm not going to buy here. I'll probably wait. There's no probably about it. I would wait until we end up touching the medium line here. I'm going to wait for this retracement to fill out, even if it takes a few hours, which will be on this 4 hour. It'll be, let's zoom in. It'll be when this red candle ends up coming over here and kind of making the next move up, which is kind of here, we've got this little hole here. I would imagine that we'll see the red come down here in a couple of hours, fill in that 4 hour, and then we go for the next one. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Bollinger Bands, I'm looking at moving averages, and then once I've done that, then I'll turn around, and if it's a lot of money that I'm putting in, I'm going to go deeper into it. So I've gone daily, 4 hourly, hourly. I've used my moving averages to confirm whether I'm in a bull trend or bear trend. I know that I'm in a bullish trend now. I'm happy with all my time frames. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my indicators, and I'm going to bring up the DMI and see what the DMI is telling me. And the DMI is telling me that it's a buy signal, because the move this is blue. This on the DMI, this ADX line is blue, and the yellows at the top, which is the positive and the negative. So negative, positive, and the ADX line is in the middle. So yeah, it's up high. So it's a buy signal. It's positive. It's good. Okay. So yeah, so that's good. I'm thinking to myself now, okay, now it's time to start selling the car, the motorbike, the aeroplane, share that I'm in, all the rest of that sort of kind of area. Oops, wrong button. So I'm starting to think about selling stuff now. Right? So once don't do that. So once you've done that, thank you. Let's lock him, because that's for somebody, that's for a friend of mine. Right, lock. Cool. Alright, so once that's happened, and I've gone down all my time frames, I've now gone into a little bit deeper. This is like getting a magnifying glass, and I'm saying, okay, it's positive for the ADX. I now, as a final push, just get the Ichimoku cloud out, and I look at the Ichimoku cloud and find out where we are with it. And if we're above everything on the Ichimoku cloud, then it's a buy, and it is. We are now essentially above the cloud. Now everything's exciting, so I'll get rid of the Bollinger Bands for a minute. Yeah, it's a buy signal. Let's go. Let's buy. Bitcoin is, according to everything that I've just looked at today, Bitcoin is now on the way up, and it's a great time to be in Bitcoin. And that's it, buddy. So yeah, you just keep waiting for a retest of the 20 simple moving average if you're going long. And that's the same for going short. Like I said, I don't like doing it, but if you are going to try and short the market on the retracements as it's going up, or if it's going to come down like here, then you just keep waiting until it ends up hitting this 20 SMA. So if I bring up the Bollinger Bands now again, and we're going to short the market, let's say we're going to go and look for when the market comes down here, then even though the market's coming down here, right, I still wouldn't short it, because you just don't know when it's going to finish. But when it comes up and retests it, then you can turn around and think about shorting, because it's done a retest. And then it comes up, then you think about shorting. And then obviously it finished that day, so you think, okay, well, the momentum to come down isn't that strong, so I'm going to wait. Yeah, and then as it comes down, you got this big one, and it closes that day. You can say, okay, I'm going to short it again. So this medium line is really powerful. And I did quite a bad video, to be fair. I did a video just on the 20 SMA. If you look through my videos, I need to delete some of them, because it was when I was when I didn't really know what I was doing with the programs. Not trading view. It's just understanding how to do videos, video editing. It's not my trade. I don't know about video editing. So it'd be good to go over some of those videos again, and redo them in a way that I can teach you guys and that you can understand. Let's go into the chat. I'm going to read the chat. Simone, I own ADA. Cardano, awesome project. Another one of those projects that are trying to do what Ethereum does and succeeding. They are doing really well. They made sure that everything was perfect before they released and opened up to the public. So Cardano is a great project. So well done, and that's a great one to be in, Simone. Stay in that project until I say otherwise. Keep asking me. Brilliant. Thanks, Tony says I'm not a cat. Dan Kabar says that was excellently what I was looking for. Good stuff. Thanks, Tony. A ton. Great stuff. I'm really pleased. Guys, if you are happy, genuinely happy with that, then please do me a favour and just press the like button for me, because it helps. That's it. Got nothing else to say, guys. Has anybody got something to say? Has anybody got a good joke? Can I read any jokes out? Anybody get any jokes? Any jokes? I used 2 account to like Tony. Dankabar, you legend. Thank you very much. That was really kind of you to go to that effort. Thank you. Are you on the same time every day, Simone? No, I'm not on the same time every day. Sometimes I might even miss a day. I try to be every day, but I have a very tight schedule, and it's very rare that I get like loads of time like this. And more often than not, I'm talking to myself on these live streams because it's at the similar sort of time that Rocky's on, and obviously there's a lot of action there when Rocky's on and when Jamie's on. It's all about, donations and talking and chatting and banter, and it's great and it's got energy to it. So for me to get any of those viewers or to compete with that is just impossible. And I think the only reason why there's 6-7 of you on here now is because obviously. Yeah, what did the cat say when it lost all its money? I'm poor. Poor. I'm not a cat. That's funny. Cool. Do you have a library of teaching tutorials? Well, if you go onto my YouTube channel, so I guess you're subscribed, otherwise you wouldn't be here. If you go to your videos, if you go to my thing, you see I've got all these live streams here where I speak about a variety of different things, loads of different things. So Algorand and Theta TA, support and resistance for beginners. If you don't understand support and resistance, it's an hour long. A lot of these videos are long videos. I mean, this one here was 7 hours I was on for. That was pretty good crack, actually. It was good fun. We're listening to music and all sorts. It was good fun. This one here, Ethereum and AMC. A lot of stuff here on the lives going on, but you can, I got this conspiracy book here, and I thought I could stick a conspiracy on the end of each video, just for a bit of fun. But the first 2 conspiracy in the book, right? So you've got your introduction. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. I don't think the camera can view it. But after the introduction, the first one is 9/11. The second was on Adolf Hitler, and the third one was AIDS, right? So these are conspiracies, and it's like they're not positive things, and it's just, I think I upset a couple of people about the conspiracy theory thing. So I decided that maybe it's not a good idea, and I might need to think about something else that's a little bit more positive, So you'll see on here different. You'll see on here like this one here speaking about the moon, about a 9/11 conspiracy, and there's a picture of me on there, and then the other one was Adolf Hitler, and I had a thumbnail of Adolf Hitler on there, and I think everyone was shocked, horrified. How dare you have Adolf Hitler on there? Look, here's the 9/11 one. I'd got Twin Towers as a thing. So anyway, you got some fun ones here. Me at the London Stock Exchange. If I go onto there, you'll see that I went down to London in the UK, obviously.
And here in London,
here I am,
in a place none other than the New York Stock Exchange.
I said New York Stock Exchange there, guys.
Now, I thought it would be pretty cool to be giving you guys a video of it, but I asked security if I could.
Anyway, you get the gist. So
going to the London Stock Exchange,
there's a point to this. You asked me about a library. And the point that I'm making is, yes, there is a lot of good information on here. If you go to the uploads page instead, what you'll see here is how to buy your first altcoin or Bitcoin here. Yeah, so how to buy it. Another one is Divergence. All these different divergences here. Yeah, and they're only 2 or 3 minutes each. If you go into one and you watch it, I did this a little while ago, you'll see. That it's that type of video,
Hey guys, welcome to video number 2 of 5, and now we're discussing bullish divergence. In the previous video, I was speaking about bearish divergence. So if you haven't got that one, then
right.
And you've skipped
so you
that
get you get the gist of what
and watch it, because if you
of
don't,
what that is. It's that type of video. So it's visual learning, and I think that's how most of us learn. Most of us are visual learners. So and then another one is let's have a look at more stuff here that's important. Ichimoku. If you don't understand the Ichimoku cloud, there's a video here that I did. It's entitled Ichimoku Cloud in under 15 minutes. So it's direct, concise, to the point on how to use the Ichimoku cloud. Very good video. I recommend that you watch that. Theta, exciting times for Theta. Low cap coins, are they any good? You know, you turn around and get those coins that are, yeah. And one of them, which I think I kind of just gone over really, you don't need to watch it, but it is a very good video, is this one here, which is entitled Tutorial, the 20 SMA, a brief introduction on the Bollinger Bands. Okay, and it's so yeah, that's a good one as well. Tutorial on an economy, and license, and the bank's license to print. Did that. That was me in so yeah. Fibonacci, it's all on the Fibonacci. So there's a lot of things in there. So yeah, be sure to go over on my channel, and when you're bored and you got nothing else to do, go and have a look. Some of them I'm not too great. You know, there were videos where I first started, so I didn't have my computer set up. Some of them were just done on my MacBook, you know. But they're there. They're there for you guys to watch and learn. Alright, that's it pretty much, guys. What else have we got? Oh, I meant to ask, what trading app do you recommend for crypto? Binance. I recommend Binance. Whereabouts are you, Simone? Are you in the States? Because I don't think Binance is in the States. Are you in the States? Let's have a look. Yep, so let's have a look. Hello, Charlie. Charlie, hello, Mr. Binney. How you doing, my friend? Just to let you guys know that Charlie is awesome at gaming on computers. He's a great gamer, but he's also my next door neighbour, and he's probably about 5 meters away from me, the other side of that wall. Simone says, okay, but Simone, I'm after asking, whereabouts are you? Are you in the USA? Because if you are, then Binance isn't the one for you. US, but can't access Binance. Yeah. So for you to access cryptocurrency, I know that Coinbase is available to the US. So Coinbase is one. If you look at my videos, you'll see a link to Coinbase, and you'll get a little bit of money if you buy into Coinbase. Can't get it to work. What Coinbase? Yeah. Okay. Coinbase will work. They're a pain in the bum. And the reason why they're a pain in the bum is because they are secure, they are safe, they are regulated. And because they're regulated, you've got to treat it like you're opening up a bank account. You can't just think that, oh, it's just a computer program and an app. It's actually a bank. So they need your passport, they need your driving license, they need to know who you are, because it's a regulated company. They have on there, yeah. So make sure that you get it working, because it is important. So I would say Coinbase. Coinbase is probably going to be your best bet. However, Coinbase is limited. Coinbase is limited. The next one that you might want to consider, and I don't know if they are. I don't know if they are in the US. If you can get to them, but it's Huobi. Let's get them up. I'll show you. Let's go to crypto. BTC. Nice to see you, Charlie, mate. I hope you're doing well. If you go onto this, you'll come down and you'll see HUOBI. Okay, HOUBI. It's only because it's spelt weird. I don't know. HOUBI. What did I say? I actually have an account with these guys, but I'm pretty sure that they are in. Yeah, it's .com. English and US register. So they're in, yeah. So they are someone that you want to consider. Pro is the app I use now. I was just wondering if there was one that people recommend over that. So yeah, yesterday's video I gave about probably about 10 coins, and I read them out that I'm invested in, and I recommend that you watch that video. But if you are going to go with the coins that I'm in and sort of follow me on those, which I'm not telling you to, it's just what I'm doing. I just want it to be transparent on that. Then a lot of those coins are not available on Binance. Some of them are. I mean Coinbase. Some of them are, but not all of them. So you might need another exchange, which is a little bit lower down on the market cap, if you like. Of Coinbase. There are other ones like Qcoin, which I don't like. I hate Qcoin with a passion. Their customer services are awful. They're just horrible company. But this one here, I've had issues with before. I've got in touch with customer services. They've got straight back to me, and they've always been really good to me. You all right? They've always been really good to me. So yeah, think about using them. And in there, I mean, they've got everything. They've got spot trading, margins, and all the rest of it. But you can just use it as a general exchange and spot trade, which is great. But they've got everything that you need. Staking, so you can make a load of money. They've also got Ethereum 2.0, crypto loans. They've got everything in there. They're pretty cool. So that's okay. I'll stop talking now. All right, so that's that one. If you're in the US, okay. What else have we got? Yes, okay. No, I can't get finances. I think you meant Binance US to work. Okay. No, a lot of people can't get Binance US to work because they stopped. They stopped it. So you can't. They won't let you. Coinbase Pro, is a pain in the bum, but the reason why Coinbase is a bit of a pain is because they don't have many coins that are a bit further down on the market cap, which is safe because they're looking after their customers, but it's also a little bit difficult to get involved in those lower cap coins before they end up shooting up and becoming something great. So there you go. All right, guys. I don't think there's anything else to say, is there? Smash the like button. How many likes have I got, guys? Because I can't see. Can somebody see? How many likes have I got? 13. Wow, 13 likes. And I've just disappeared because I rolled the credits, but no one's done anything. No one's donated or done anything. So the credits all it does is gets rid of me. There isn't anything there. If this was Rocky's stream, it'd have like hundreds of people that have donated and everything. I'll get there. When hubby's okay though. Yes, it is. It's in fact, if you turn around and go into, let's just Google this for you, and I'll show you what I mean. Google .com, right? Let's just go and type in CRYPT crypto exchange platform list. There you go, by volume. So Binance is number 1, then Coinbase. There it is. So it's the third on the list, right? Of size, of market cap, and then there's loads more. All of these are all your different exchanges, okay? And the further down the list that you go to, the further down here, the more I'm going to call them shit coins. And it's not a very nice terminology, and I'm not one to swear. But it's just what they call them in the trade. Instead of bitcoins, they call them shit coins. So the further down the list that you go, you end up going and getting into exchanges where they've got literally everything on there. I can make a token on Ethereum in a day, and then put it out and get one of these companies to end up listing it on their exchange because they're so low down on market cap and all the rest of it. Okay. But if you go to the top, it gives you the biggest ones by market cap, right? The biggest one is Binance, then Coinbase, and then this Huobi Global that I was talking about. You'll be able to get them in the States. And then there's Kraken, right? And then eventually you get to KuCoin, which is the one that I don't like. Binance US, I don't think are trading right now. Correct me if I'm wrong, if there's anybody that are using it. But it's okay. I'm not bless you. There's no donate button. I'm not asking anybody to. But there should be something. There should be a way of there should be a little pound button or something. I'm not sure. Or support the channel. I don't know. Don't know how to do it. But there should be something. But yeah, I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you to, bless you. But there should be something there. I know that I've had it before. Yeah. But yeah, not to worry. But thank you for letting me know. It's nice to know. 13 likes is cool. You're welcome. No donate button. That's cool. But there you go. That's your exchanges. So is Huobi safe? Well, it's the third biggest on the list of cryptocurrencies on spot exchanges. Meaning not leverage. That you actually own the asset rather than borrowing money from the exchange. You actually own it, which means that you can then sell it on the exchange and then take it out in cash. All right. So if you're in the United States, then you might want to consider one of those two there, Huobi or and Kraken. All right. That's it. That is it, guys. So I'm going to say goodbye, unless there's anything else that I can help you guys with. And I'm going to need to look into why there is no subscribe button. Actually, Sabina. Have you got your phone on you? Oh. I want to have a look. There's the subscribe button. Not the subscribe button. The donate button. Yeah. Apparently there's no donate button on my channel. So I was wondering if we could grab your phone while I'm live now before I hang up, and see, and then we can have a look. And the reason why I'm saying that isn't because I want money from you guys, although that'd be nice. It's I want to sort it out so that if people want to donate later on, because this is something that I want to do for a living. I want to teach and help you guys learn money so that you can become self-reliant, independent traders, just like Rocky's doing. Yeah, it's good. I've done a lot of building and manual labour most of my life, okay? And during that time, doing all that sort of stuff, you end up doing your back in, and you get old, and you think, why am I doing this now? You find yourself in a loft, breathing in fiberglass, and you're like, I don't want to be doing this. I don't care that I'm going to, get a load of money from it or whatever. Thank you. So yeah, and so I thought to myself, I'm going to start doing this for a living. So this is what I want to do. Right, so I've got this here, right, live chat. So I've got this one here. I'm going to say, hey guys. And I'm going to press send. So this is Sabina's account. Oh, someone's just donated. Wow. I wasn't asking for that, dude. That's very kind. So it can be done. Oh, I wasn't asking for that, buddy. Thank you very much. That's really kind. You can donate via the Streamlabs. And there's proof of it. I've just got £10. Thank you very, very much. Wow. Thank you so much, dude. Really wasn't. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't doing it for that, guys. But yeah, crack on. All do it. Yeah. So being in a loft and doing that kind of stuff, right? It's there you go. So Sabine's come up there. Sabine says, "Hey guys," which is this phone here, and so she's subscribed. So if you're going to subscribe, then what else have you got? I'm not going to unsubscribe. Hey. You want your phone back, don't you? Do you want to say hello to everyone?
Oh God, I look terrible.
She says she looks terrible. So this is a tenant of mine, and but she did a video which I put on. She made her own video because she's doing a degree in film editing and stuff like that. I can't find it myself, Streamlabs, there we go. So Streamlabs, what's going on? Here we go. So you go into Streamlabs. Oh yeah, there you go, Streamlabs, and then you can turn around and put your name, how much you want to put in there, and there's different options or whatever. I'm going to donate from her phone. And yeah, and then you can donate that way. So that you hit the Streamlabs button, and then there's the Patreon button, and that's like the main one really, because what you can do there is you can in the Patreon link, you've got options there about what you can pay for. The first one is, I don't know what it is in dollars, but in the UK money, it's £5 a month. And for £5 a month, you can have 5 minutes TA direct from TradingView. So what we can do is go onto the Discord together, and I'll give you 5-10 minutes of my time on that one. Tier 2, you get 20 minutes to half an hour, and then there's Tier 3, which you basically, I become your slave, and you can ask me anything you want. I'll spend as long as you want. But yeah, so I've got 3 patrons, and they are really good people to me, and I'm really, really grateful. So that's the Patreon. So Streamlabs, Patreon, and then there's the Discord underneath that. And in the Discord is where the magic happens, because you can go into Discord, and that's where you can get hold of me direct, and we can talk and share screens together, and I can talk you through your trades or anything that you want to talk about. So that's in Streamlabs, and that's in the Discord. Sorry, I'm trying to do things all at the same time. But I'm not a cat. I'm very, very pleased that you did that for me. That's really, really kind. I wasn't expecting it. Thank you. Really, really thank you. But message me on Discord. I'm not a cat, okay? So I know who you are, what your name is on the Discord. I'm trying to find me, Sabina. There it is. Right, and there we go. Close that down, and then in there. So you just go into the description, and then you've got the other channel, which is Rocky's channel, and so then you can subscribe to him. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. I'm not. A cat says you're welcome. You are well earned. Thank you, Sabina. So there, guys. If those watching that, you can see how you can donate to people like Rocky, Jamie, myself, if you want to do that. But I'm really, really grateful. And not only that, but when I press my button now and roll the credits, it means that I'm not a cat is going to come up in the chat, which is quite exciting, because I've never had anybody come up while I roll the credits before. So I'm not a cat. You are the first. You are my first. I was a virgin before you, and now you're going to come up on the chat, and it's going to be recorded for the first time. All right. So thank you. Well, hey. So yeah, feel privileged. Cool. All right, guys. Been really. It's been a long day. It's 2.5 hours. Yeah, it's cool. And I think. Yeah, popped your cherry. Absolutely. Yeah, me and you, baby, we're lovers. Cool. I'm off. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me. And Simone, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow or the next day or whenever we end up doing another chat. If there's anything that I can help you with, pop into the Discord, and I'll do my best for you for a little while. But at some point I will want some money. Cool. All right. I will speak to you soon. Love you all, and I'll see you in the Discord. Okay. Adios.